Oh, I love listening to music, any kind of music. It lifts your soul and your spirit if you're feeling a bit down, and put some music on you like, it's something to cheer you up, I think. But if my husband's in, I sometimes have to put headphones on because he's watching TV. Yeah, great freedom, fresh air, nature, lovely trees and flowers. Yeah, just a walk, probably along sea. You can hear your waves washing up on pebbles, it's nice to hear things like that. I think it's lovely, it's relaxing as well. You hear your waves crashing, and be able to see them coming in, like sometimes big ones like big white horses. It's nice. If I'm normally outdoors, I'll listen to what's around me outdoors. I usually listen to music when I'm either in the car driving or at home. Yeah, they're both uplifting and relaxing and bring joy and happiness.
I've always felt comfortable with a book. I joined the library at 7 years old. I come from a family of readers. My elder brother, who was an avid reader, the brother in between my elder brother and myself, was an autistic child, and he used to sort of reflect on what we read. He could take things in, but he wasn't very good at expressing himself. So I grew up more or less of my own volition. So although I love reading, I've done a lot of other things besides. I put myself in some funny situations over a period of time. But I always fall back to the fact that I need a book. I need a book. And once I'm into a book, the world outside more or less leaves me. Great problems with people who don't read. That's not necessarily fair, but it's how I see things. I find that not necessarily reading fiction or non-fiction makes any difference to me. I can enjoy myself getting information from both sides. But I'm also an active person. I like to be involved in different aspects of society, politics, showing off, drama, discussions, conversations. I believe, even in later stages, that people should take interest in how they feel and how they act. And I don't think that interactions should be confined between ages or sexes or anything like that. I think that you can gather and maybe progress awareness through being involved in different aspects. That might sound a bit presumptuous, but I don't care. I'm not bothered. You're well aware that mortality is a factor, but you must push your mortality, in my view, as well as you might, and enjoy other people. Don't find any sort of pleasure in judging or assessing, because you must always look at yourself first. And I think that's about my summing up of what I consider is happiness for me. The fact that I can engage and still feel fairly welcome in lots of company. Sometimes I probably, excuse the language, piss them off. But I try to engage with most people in my lifetime. Thank you.
Well, of all the bizarre things compared to what 99% of the country or the world would say, it's actually work. For me, work is what keeps me going. It gives me a purpose. It's taken me a long time to get to this stage, but I've been through the stage of having 3 or 4 jobs to pay for a mortgage. I've been through the stage of having no job at all and being on benefits. I've gone part-time, I've gone office work, I've gone factory work, shop work, you name it. But now I managed to combine yoga, therapies and psychic work, and I think I've got a really good balance, because at the end of the day I help people. I'm a people person, I've always been that way. Even as a child I had strong empathy skills. I tuned into people, places and just worked with energies. And even working as an adult, I've always managed to combine doing bits and bobs on the side. So it's just, as I've got older, my strengths have grown stronger. And working with the 3 different systems, shall we say, you can really finish off a person nicely and tune into them and provide for them exactly what they need for whatever reason they've come to you. So at the end of the day, I'm not necessarily in it for the money anymore, not that I ever was really, but sometimes bills do have to be paid. But equally I value myself too. Don't just give it away. It's important that there's a kind of reciprocal way of doing it, even if you get a service back or what somebody can afford to pay you, so that they value what you have done for them. If you give something away willy-nilly, there's no value to it. But at the end of the day, you get a really nice buzz, whatever you do to help somebody. And even if I'm not working on a particular day, I think it's important to have people contact, whether it's giving a smile to somebody on the bus, saying hello to someone you've not met before, or somebody might just literally say your life story to you and you've made that connection. At the end of the day, the work that I do, it's all about making connection, and that's what I love about it.
Happiness is a state of mind. I thought about it a little bit. It's more like a state of being. If you be happy, then you are happy. That's how to know if you're happy. It's literally, are you happy? Your relationship with the world around you, are you content or not? Like today, I'm going to give myself a big hug. Do you have foibles? Are there things you're putting off every now and again? Do you get worried about things? Are you able to deal with a chattery mind? Are you able to just, do you have tools to be content and happy? Do you have those techniques that you can say, yeah? You know, all those big things, yourself, your place within the universe, this causes a lot of upset within humanity. And I know because of the way I felt before, I can only say before, but the way I felt, it was very mixed up to do with, does God love me? Or these big existential questions, everyone has them. Try to take care of them, I guess, but at the same time, don't let them overpower your life, because that's what I did. I asked and I asked and I asked and I asked all these big questions every day, and it just overpowered my life. And I'm sure that happens to a lot of people. They don't have spiritual contentment. Going somewhere big like the universe, to God, to you as yourself, how is your relationship to something that big when you're only this tiny and small? How can it be that you actually have this relationship with the universe? Do you actually make a difference in this universe? Does it actually mean something? Is there a point to life? All these big questions